else wants to.
Go right ahead.
Well, we
Excuse me.
we
Oh my.
finding ourselves all in
I did not realize this one had birds.
Sonata, which there are seagulls here now.
Go fix that.
There are seagulls in there.
There are seagulls in there. So, the group kind of all disbanded and went around and did their own chores. So, I'm going to start with the sort of main group, then I'll kind of jump around in the order of events in which I remember. First, a main group of John, Deshow, Kenna, Renea, and Paul. Actually, Paul was already studying. He was just kind of there in spirit. Went to the magic shop with our local fella over here. His name escapes me. Got some great deals with him. He was fairly low on stock, but we made some pretty good trades and are even setting up a deal to sell some of our old coins. Very old coins. He'll be back in the next couple of days with that. What all did we purchase from there? We bought some magic cigars, a couple +2 cloaks, flying broom, just shows bare armor. Not me if I missed anything. From there, we kind of jumped over to Paul, taking a break from his studies and having a chat with a lead guardsman, captain, about the war that's going on, and we got some information about that preemptively. So we'll get more this session when we, in character, discuss what Renea has learned. Ada, after having a very good time at the local monastery of the Beauty Goddess? Beauty Goddess, sure. If I'm remembering correctly again.
It's like Vengeance and Love or something like that?
Vengeance and Love, yes, that's what it was. A very dangerous
thought it was. This is just Beauty and Love.
Okay, well, it's whatever. So, they had some fun times that aren't allowed to be discussed on stream. Use your imaginations, people. I have faith. She is both working on getting Hestia recognized by the Big Book of Gods, I suppose. I don't know the technical term, and got a couple freshmen that you can see down here to enchant her some shiny things, a shiny sword and a shiny cloak, I do believe. Is there anything else you did? Say now or forever hold your peace?
We saw a kid who.
Yeah, John has a kid.
Hey, no. I'm getting to that. I'm specifically asking Ada if there's anything else she did, because yes, there's
that about summed up, but
wonderful. Renea went to that same church, bought some incense, had a chat, was out of character, a little hurt that she didn't want to.
She didn't even flirt with Renea, which was surprising.
To be fair, she did literally just.
I was still expecting at least one comment.
Too bad.
Renea looks like they're like 12. Okay, it'd be weird.
Yeah, like she's probably just avoiding. Chris
She does not pull up my character art, Sage. At least 15.
Okay, you're as short. Okay, so.
That's not much of a defense there, Jordan.
It really isn't.
Let's not forget what Floofster did. I almost just did. Floofster went into the slums, got a drink, bought a bottle of whiskey, had a chat in Thieves' Cant about where to kind of pickpocket and steal things, and like where to hit, where not to hit. If you're actually gonna do like a big job, do it through us. Went to an underground mafia Italian restaurant and got soul noodles and a soul bread box to go. And they were doing so well. It's like a good solid 2-3 days off of the souls, and she's back on the souls again. John, Deshow, Ada, I think also Renee was there. Maybe, can't remember. Go to the enchanter's shop, the silver cloak, from that lady there. Did some purchasing. John is getting his poncho and hat enchanted with various things. He feels very naked not having them. God, what else did we purchase there? Going once? Going
Renee
twice?
bought a med kit. One that replenishes,
yes. The surgeon kit. The magical surgeon kit.
which is so terrible if you don't have healer, but fantastic if you do have healer.
You know, that's quite a few magic items. They're kind of situational.
Crazy.
And then, when they were, as it was, I don't know, midday, I don't know if it's starting to get late, time frame is a bit skewed when you play for about 4 hours, and about a half hour can pass in game. We, at least John, Deshow, and Kenna were walking through the central market area here, and they spot out of the corner of their eyes a young man that looks awfully like John if he was like 18, and the woman that John recognizes. And then Sage cliffhangered us like the evil man he is.
I do what I do.
I do believe that's everything.
But yes, that is indeed all that she wrote. So you have gained your inspiration.
And he's gonna need it.
I am going to need it. Probably. Maybe not. Hey, I have hopes of this.
Let me go plop the tokens down.
You need the wizard around to port the save on banishment.
I'm not there.
Yeah, you seem to really think that this is going to go that poorly.
I mean, I'm just giving John the opposite of benefit of the doubt. What would you call that? The doubt of the benefit?
The doubt of the benefit?
It's just doubt.
Yeah, no, it's just doubt. You're just doubting him.
So, for Kenna and Deshow, what do you see? What do they see, John? As you notice these two figures. Specifically, what are you doing? Because obviously they're walking with you.
Yeah, John kind of stops in his tracks as he's walking through the market as they kind of make eye contact. Holy shit.
Oh. Deshow kind of tracks his eye line and could I make an insight check to try to put together what exactly is going on?
Sure.
I don't have my character sheet on my new computer yet, so I think it was +2 for insight. 7. I don't know.
Alright. John stopped for some reason.
So everything all right, John?
I need to roll something real quick.
I'm not entirely certain.
High or low, John?
I'm gonna roll my own and then give you the answer.
Well, you need to give me a... Oh, I see. You're...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm rolling the fuck die.
Aha!
Hi.
It's alright. As your eyes lock and your party are confused at what's going on, you see the woman that you had a brief fling with all those years ago. Her cheeks go red as she looks at you, confusion on her face, before she looks incredibly annoyed.
John has a similar look of just utter confusion, doing his best to hide it. Yeah.
She grabs the hand of her kid, of your kid,
I'd-
nose turned up at you, and she is going to huff off in this direction.
Banish her.
Yeah, I think that was I think I have a kid.
Oh no.
You're
shitting me.
No, I might be a known cheat and a gambler, but, no, my friend. Yeah, I suppose it would have been around 18 years ago now since I was taking jobs up here.
Oh.
Well. I have multiple options here, and all of them feel like they'll get me killed some.
All of them will definitely get you slapped. If you did not know you had this kid, I assume you left in the morning.
Oh, you were absolutely correct. Well?
Wanna go get slapped?
I owe them something at the very least. At the very least, money. I owe them at the least. John will start to walk after him.
All right, moving forward. Roll me a perception check.
Oh, cool. I'm decent at those. Endless amount of characters growing. That's 15.
All right, moving forward a bit deeper into the market itself, you can see off in the distance, rising up this street here, kind of in between the crowd, the familiar hair of Willow. The one you slept with.
Yeah.
She is walking with her son, who you cannot see as he is slightly shorter than she.
Mm-hmm.
But they are walking through the crowd northwards with some haste. And you can see that there's a little bit of a pullback. Like there's a pause in her movement, but it's not really pausing her too greatly.
Well, there's your first mistake. You're running from the mercenary. Yeah, and John's gonna give chase. Feels like not a good term to use, but we're going to go with give chase.
All right.
Dictionary.
Slash TP right in front of her.
That would.
All right.
Do
Making your way
want...
forward. She is obviously trying to avoid your catching up with her, so I need you to roll me an athletics check to see if you can make your way through the crowds to reach her before she gets out of sight once more.
I'm sorry, this is our first chase scene and I'm not involved. I am mad sage.
Instead of doing that, could I just cast a dimension door?
You could.
Amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
The show is kind of like keeping up with John up to this point.
And then John steps into a pair of smoky saloon doors.
And the show sees this happen and is
Just
going to Misty step up behind them. It's just into the general crowd behind them, so that if she turns to run.
Oh God. Okay. This is getting.
That sounded really bad.
Yeah, this is getting mildly horrible.
But
I'll
she
make
won't,
sure to
because
give
of the
a bit of
implication.
distance so he doesn't accidentally teleport into them. But
And the show's like a solid 10 feet, 10, 15 feet away.
Alright.
Well, you can pick a place you can see too.
1 second. Let me go and plop some civilians down just to add some ambience to this.
Just to spice it up a little.
Yeah, because it's not empty streets, so
Yeah, it's.
assuming my map tools wants to not be frozen.
As Kenna sees John start to step through the door, she'll yell after him, You better hurry. And then she'll give him the Bardic Inspiration, so that way he won't be a total flop.
All right,
Thank you.
let's see here.
I might need that.
Well, since my DM view has obviously decided to shit the bed, we're just gonna go with there's a lot of NPCs around.
Yeah, just like a copy and paste 1,000 John. No, that's scarier.
Indeed. All right.
This woman who's running from the worst decision she may have ever made in her life is currently surrounded by
Thanks.
thousands of them.
Yep.
Thanks.
As you suddenly
John has dreams.
step through the saloon doors, appearing before them, shifting into a crowd of about maybe 7 people about this area.
Mm-hmm.
Just up ahead, you can see Willow and her son. You do not know the name, or I would say it. And a crowd about 3 others in that area.
Mm-hmm.
The area just along this whole roadway is just filled with citizens moving up and down, most of which are actually heading towards the arena, as you can hear a bit of cheers going on inside.
Mm-hmm.
However, as soon as you step out and the magical energy begins to suffuse you with a little bit of a tumbleweed shooting forth.
I love that my dimensional door knows how to be thematic.
Yes. First off, she looks even more surprised as she nearly jumps out of her own skin. Her boy, though, her kid, his eyes go wide. He goes, "Whoa, that was so cool! Hey, mister, what's your name? Can you teach me how to do that?" She now looks, she's hand on face, just like, oh my dear God.
I'm gonna roll
John keep
charisma
together.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll me a charisma save to not like just choke on my own words and existence. 13. That's
Don't
no
you have inspiration?
job. I do have inspiration. I don't think I need to use it right
Or
now.
bardic inspiration.
I could. You know what? Of
That's what it's
anything, that is exactly what it's for.
And it's a D8, so.
Ooh.
You know, you use Destiny.
I'm not gonna destiny my way through. Yeah, no, I'm perfectly happy with a 17. That's
fair.
I'm not entirely certain I can. It's mainly just I have words with your mother.
Oh, all right. Sure, I guess. Well, I'll be over here. You know, holding the fruit. That's my job.
Already.
How to become a patron in 30 days of the apostle.
All right. As she sees the disappointment upon her son's face, she'll begin to approach as he's finally done face palming. She's going to slowly saunter up, anger and confusion still upon her face, as she reaches out and then lowers her hand. After all of these years, now is when you return.
I apologize. I had no way of knowing. I had work to get done, jobs to fulfill. I had no idea.
Did you not get any of my letters?
I don't exactly. I can do this. I don't exactly have a home, Willow.
Surely you have a base of operations back in your city. What was it called again? Storm or air storm?
Aether Storm. No. No, I've never really been paid enough to really have a place. I have no idea where any of those letters would have gone.
Figures. Well then, why are you back?
Well, as unsurprising as it'll sound, it's more work. I'm helping with the Fae issue around. I'm just as I'm just as shocked as you are to be seeing me.
Well then, if you have a job to do, then go do it. Why bother me? Why flash your magics at the boy? Now I have to deal with that for weeks.
I'm not a very nimble man. I feel I owe you at the very least.
Oh me.
Uh,
Been gone
owe
for...
you, owe the boy, at least something. I can't make up lost time. Not a damn soul can. But I can hopefully make it up in some way.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Cool.
No, she does not. That was to JC's dice roller chat question.
No, okay.
Wish
Like-
to make up for lost time. Does that work, Sage?
27.
All right, let's see here. Her rage seems to subside somewhat. There's still some rage upon her face, some confusion still, but she seems a bit more calm. And you can tell that she would be yelling at you and beating you with her fist if her son was not right there.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yes, it was the calm rage that was going on. But well, if you wish to make amends, you can help carry groceries. You can speak later. Got to get to work after delivering these.
I can do. And he will assist in carrying groceries.
Excellent. All right.
If there's one arm.
I have two hands, though.
It's true.
The mage hand can lift.
All right.
Yeah, but if you've ever carried groceries, you know that your arms are carrying much more than your.
True, but yeah, you know.
I mean, he's carrying like 1 or 2 bags with the mage hand. It's fine.
It works.
Anyways, as you are walking along the path, Miles is gonna berate you with so many questions. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how'd you lose the arm? How'd you get the hand? Whoa, is that a gun? Hey, can I wear your hat?
So to retcon a few of those, the gun, it would just be a holster. I don't just open carry the gun at all times.
Gotcha.
And the hat and poncho is currently at the enchanter shop. Sadly, I don't even have my hat on.
Oh yeah, you did get both of those enchanted.
Mhm.
Well, in that case,
Everything else, yeah, no, that's
yeah,
okay.
instead of the gun, whoa, what kind of sword fits in that thing? So weird.
Never considered if it could hold a sword, but it's that one's for a rifle.
A rifle? Is that like a fancy crossbow? Or is that one of those revolvers I heard about?
It's like a big revolver.
Oh, that guy has plans for revolvers back in Elder's Crest, doesn't he?
Yes.
Forgot about that.
The spread, The spread of technology. Good.
I realized I was muted. The show gave John a nod as he walked off with bags and walked back to Kenna.
Excellent. All right. Um, as you're getting a bit further in, you're still being pestered with more questions and more questions by Miles, which is allowing Willow to get barely a word in. However, as you start getting into more of the sub streets, into the deeper parts of the city, she does finally manage to get something. Listen, I get off at about. She looks up to the sun, making sure of the current time. About 6 hours from now. You can meet me at the Dragon's Hearth.
Can do.
And as you continue moving through the streets, being pestered more and more by Miles, at this point his questions are mostly towards her, like, hey, who is he? Hey, who are you? Do you know my mom? Which is obvious, but, he's just pestering you. How do you know her? All those sorts of questions. However, you eventually get to this circular tower here. Rather ramshackle, two-story building, somewhat boarded up window on the left side. Looks like a rock was thrown through recently and it was haphazardly fixed up. But she would go on to the door, unlock it with a key, and she'll turn towards you. You just place them on the table there. Alright, Miles. I'll be back. Do behave, and please do not go up and speak with Raffi. Come on, Mom. You know, I know better than that. I think after the third time, we both know that you're going to get into a fight again. I mean that is fair, but he started it. Like, he threw a rock through our bloody window. What was I gonna do? Just let him be? Yes. It's not something we can handle. It's just the way of things. It doesn't have to be.
May I ask who's Raffi?
She'll look towards you. One of the local gangbangers here. He and my boy, they got into a row the other night after, well, after an altercation at the tavern.
John just kind of nods as she speaks. Well, is there any assistance needed with said gangbanger?
Unless you can take out the entire gang. He's just a low... I don't even know what the term for it is. He's low on the totem pole.
John
Any
gives
attempt is just going to make things worse.
John gives one of those like sort of like frowns, like consideration faces. Just
Please don't.
if you say
I
so.
mean, if he can help, why not let him? She'll just give him a look.
To be
I
fair,
mean,
your mother has a point. Sometimes it's you don't want to go angering a whole pack of wolves. So sometimes you can just let them be for a bit. They'll work themselves out.
all right. Guess we'll just stay home. You'll step inside and kind of sit down for a moment, putting the groceries on the table that she pointed out as she stands to the side. Also, after placing your own groceries down, and then picking up some an apron over here.
No. Travels at space, yeah.
Yep. And then she will look back at you, and she gives a nod and a smile. Be back later, Miles. And she'll close the door and lock it up. She'll take a step. She'll give you a look, mouth open slightly, as if she's about to say something, and then she'll kind of look away. I gotta get to work.
John will just nod, not really having anything to say, and does he absolutely? It's 500, isn't it? And the docks will probably not have somebody to teleport into.
All right. As you step.
And then I'll get walking back to. I assume Deshaun and Ken are just chilling in the market.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, looking for food.
Okay, well then I'll just walk back over there and.
All right.
Well, that was something, and that will continue to be something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Well,
Do we have more to do?
I have more to do, at the very least. We'll see what comes of this. It didn't mean every word I said. I'm gonna try to make it up.
Good man. Shall we?
Absolutely. I am curious to see what royal living looks like.
All right. Now, as the group of Kenna, Deshaun, and John make their way up the road, up a large ramp that leads up to the cliff face that houses the noble district, you are stopped at the gates as a guard calls down. Oi! What you doing up here for? Ain't rabble letting allowed here. Oh! My apologies, you fit the description of some guests here, of the Saladons. My apologies, you're free to go on, and the gates will rise up.
It's fine. Get it all the time.
Thank you.
Alright. Just a minor stop.
It's because you were wearing the hat, John. So
It-
just let you through anyway.
It's because I
Without
wasn't
being-
wearing the hat.
Alright.
I did at least make sure to take the Arcanostra pin off of it, then pin it somewhere else.
Alright. Moving through the streets, you can see the beautiful gardens of the noble district. Roses, a few lilies as well. Most of it are actually just roses of different colors, but there are a few flowers that are a bit more noticeable, a bit more prominent in size as well as vibrancy in color. However, you pass by a few noble estates, relatively large manor houses of several stories, of different turrets and towers and the like. However, getting to the center street, you see the Grand Keep. For those who are knowledgeable about Sonata, which would probably just be Kenna and well, John would know where to go to avoid going to jail. So, Arcton Keep is the home place of the of the Duke of the city, Duke Titus Bacello.
Out of curiosity, is he the one who holds jurisdiction over Elder's Crest and the surrounding area too?
You can look at my world map. I'm pretty sure he's not in that district. Let's see here.
Wonder if that same Duke is still running things around.
I'm pretty sure he's not. But let me go
You
make
know what
sure.
they say? You can't keep a good duke down.
No. No, he is in control of the Duchy of Trondle. Brindle, which is the duchy of which Eldcrest is located in, is ruled by the Duke who resides technically within Ridgewater Keep, but that's not really where they normally sleep. They're kind of an absentee Duke because most of their time is spent in the capital. But they do have a room, a chamber within Ridgewater. Anyways, moving along the path, you would see the large keep, guards standing atop of it. Most appear to be keen-eyed and wielding bows, a few with crossbows, but all with at least one form of ranged projectile weapon. Moving onward, though, you would eventually reach the northernmost edge of the noble district, where you'd see the large 3-story building manor house of the Saladins. Here, well, the doors are closed, and the gated fence is also closed. You see a few guards outside.
When they said nobles, they really meant it, huh?
I suppose so. How does anyone get any peace around here? I feel like I'm about to be shot in the back.
To be fair, you look like someone they'd shoot in the back.
I suppose I do. But, howdy. Yeah, he's just gonna, like, call out to the guards.
Guard will turn. Nah!
We're, companions of Paul.
Nah! Nah, nah. You can go on in.
Was it unlocked?
The gate's not locked, no.
No.
Just a
Well,
gate. It's not like it's, I don't even know what the word for it is. Magic or something. Wizard magic. Should be fine.
John looks like, oh, man, there wasn't a padlock. Well, that got too soon. Just kind of looks on it.
Yeah, we already knew we were having guests, so it's not locked or anything.
Makes sense, I suppose.
Moving on up to the large double doors. They are also closed. Do you just walk right in, or do you knock?
He knocks.
All right. Now, Paul, where would you say you'd be in your manor?
My room, which is basically just a bed and a desk and a bunch of books.
Excellent. All right. In that case, you would not hear the knocking. However, a butler would make it for the door, would open it, look towards you, having been informed about your arrival, would give a deep bow. Right this way, sir. He'll let you in, kind of step into the side.
John, looking a little weirded out, kind of does as he says.
All right. As you group enter into the manor house, you are attended to by the butler, by a few servants as well. Basically, they would offer to take your coat, put it in the coat room, take your shoes, all that good stuff. Setting you up, offering to draw a bath for you since you do smell a bit. In fact, that offer is given multiple times if you do not accept the first time.
I'll accept the first time.
But yeah, while that is going on, Floofster, you are enjoying your grand dinner as well as your breadsticks. You've achieved that. Did you have to do anything else for the evening before we continue?
No, at that point I feel like I would just start heading back towards maybe near
Excellent.
the magic shops, just peek around.
Magic shops, gotcha. All right. So, you would be heading to the Silver Cloak then? Or are you wanting to look at some of the other shops in town?
I'll take a look at the Silver Cloak.
All right. So, returning to the Silver Cloak, you would find that the store itself is still open. It's still midday, so you don't have to worry too much about that. or not midday, early evening. Um, However, inside you would see that there is a woman of strange nature. One eye is golden, one eye is a deep uh, red and black. Like the iris itself is red, but the pupil, the I don't remember the actual name for it because the pupil is the
Heterochromia?
yeah, she has heterochromia. One eye is red and black. One eye is just pure golden. Like the white parts of the eye is black, and then the pupil is red. Her hair is set in a pair of buns, um, and it is a near black mahogany red color, per her picture, which is right here. As you entered, she would kind of look up from her desk. Can I help you?
Oh yeah, I'm going to take a look around at your magic items.
Very good, very good. Anything that might suit your fancy, let me know. Otherwise, I can help you out if you have any specific desires.
Well, I am looking for someone that could do an. Do you know anyone that?
Say again, you cut off a bit.
Someone that could do an enchantment for me. I am looking to enchant my bag of holding.
I can certainly perform enchantments. What was your specific enchantment you were looking for?
I'm looking for non-detection to be able to put in.
I see. Wishing to keep your secret secret, then. This is something I can do. It will take some time, though. Go
Understandable.
scroll down to figure out what the rarity of this enchantment is. Alright, I have that set up. Let me just go and put it into the price calculator to figure out how much it's going to cost you. Is that really what it is? Huh. Weird. Alright, let's see. Now, what are you wanting this to be, a rush job, or um, do you have time to wait?
I'm gonna be in town for a few days.
A few days, then. Let's see here. Well, for such a powerful enchantment, this will take some time, so I assume that means you wish it to be a rush job, then.
How long will a rush job take? Versus.
Let's see here. Divide by 12 hours per day, and then divided by. Oh, wait, I need to divide by 2 first, and then divide by 12 hours per day. Alright. Well, a rush job, I can finish it in 5 days.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Very good. Well, in that case, you are looking at a price for the enchantment of 2,136 gold.
I can do that.
Very good. Well, that is half now and half upon completion, and it'll be ready for you in 5 days.
All right, thank you.
Of course.
And I'll hand her the bag of holding.
Very good. And she'll take the bag. She will take half of the coin now, as per the quest. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Very good. Very well. Anything else you might have interest in?
What have you got as far as like any special deals going on items that you have, or anything like that?
No special deals at this moment. It is not quite market day.
All right. When is your market date?
Let's see here. market day should be the 7th, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2 weeks from now.
I will most likely not be here. Well, that's alright. I will be back in 5 days for the item, for the
Very good.
magic item.
Well then, you have a wonderful day.
I'm gonna wave and head on out
All right.
and go looking for
And go looking for what?
my party.
Excellent. All right. We'll eventually find them at the Saladon estate. While that was going on, let's see here. JC, what are you doing? Anything else for the evening?
So what's the number that they had to pay? You write down
For
how much you're paying for their enchantment, so I can take it off the.
I thought I told you that last session.
No, the one they're just paying. Floof.
Booster.
Oh, Floofster. Where's my
Plop down.
thingy? Here it is. Let's see here. 2,160.
Okay. So besides the Hestia symbol and the cloaks, I did spending the rest of my night in the library trying to write my little thesis of why Hestia should be added to the thing.
Excellent. All right. Now, for Renea, what are you doing? Anything else for the evening?
She's gonna go back to the enchanter because a thought has struck her,
All right.
and she's going to ask about her Ion Stone.
All right. Entering into the silver cloak, you would find once more Ariana behind the counter. You're back. Anything else you might have forgotten?
Yeah, I have this as she pulls out the Ion Stone. It's a Ion Stone that enhances insight and wisdom. I'm wondering if it's possible to enhance it more.
It is perhaps possible. What is the enchantment you are thinking of?
Double the strength of what's on it currently.
Let's see here.
Right.
What is the current strength of it?
It gives +2 to wisdom. I'm looking for +4 to wisdom.
1 second.
Ooh, that's gonna be expensive.
That's gonna cost so much.
Yeah. I have to see if it's even
It
possible.
does have
so-
a cap. It does have a cap of 20 though, as currently written. So I would assume it would still have the cap of 20 even after it's enhanced.
All right. Well, +4 bonus is possible. I didn't have it limited to +3 only, like I have with magic items, like weapons and such. So, that enchantment is possible. Let's see here. Such a enchantment is particularly potent, however. The reagents for it are quite expensive and rare. In fact, it is at a masterpiece quality, which means I actually have to roll to see if she even has it in stock. Otherwise, she'll have to have you do a quest for it, or wait for it to be in stock. So, high or low?
Boy. My hopes are low, so let's go low.
Your hopes were not low. Well, I could certainly perform this enchantment, however, I am all out of the required reagents, being that they are so rare. Now, it is possible they have some in other cities, so I might be able to restock later on, but if you're wanting anytime soon, um, if you have such powerful reagents on you, I of course can use those, but um, best bet would probably be to seek it out yourself and return when you have it, which of course will make the end result cheaper on your part in terms of coin, as I will not charge you for having to procure or expend the reagent.
So how much is it without the reagent, and how much is it with the reagent?
Let's see here. That is a tier legendary item, so which means it's going to cost minus 1250.
Look at that. We have a moon crystal in our inventory.
Let's see here. Legendary is 4,845 without the reagent cost. With the reagent cost, it is 6,720.
That's actually within my price range. That was weird.
I was not including the adjustment because it was already a +2, and that's just upgrading something instead of adding something, so it's a bit cheaper. Let me go grab that. Let's see here. And then the base +2 is that, which means it would reduce the whole thing by... Alright, the actual cost is 4,283 without reagent, or 6,158 with. There we go.
I'm guessing that's gonna take a really long time to enchant.
This would require a particularly time-consuming task. Yes, specifically, scrolling on up to legendary, divided by 2. Right. If it is not a rush job, I can finish it within a month. If it is a rush job, I can finish it in about 2 weeks.
Imagine you'd need this for the entire process, right?
That is correct, yes.
Do you ever get ion stones of that quality in stock?
It's not common, and when they do come, the adventurers up at the Draconis Legion do tend to buy them quite swiftly. They do have a deal going on with my shop here, so first access to most of the rare items.
So I couldn't pay you to put it on hold for me, then?
You could. First access does still allow me to place items on hold if they are specifically sought after.
Do you have any idea of when you might get another stone of that quality?
Well, it depends on what my agents are able to return. If they retrieve such a reagent in time, and I have interest, which I know you have interest in such an item, I might begin creation of it. It just depends on what my agents find, though.
So we're probably still looking at like at least a month and a half, if not longer.
About that, unless you can find one sooner. Reagent, that is.
Alright. Do you know where you would find stones like this?
Well, let's see here. This is specifically wisdom, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, such reagents, or stones, iron stones is what your question was. I thought you were asking about reagents. Well, iron stones are often found deep within the earth, amongst the ruins of the Gith Empire, within the heart of their chambers. Their empire was, how to say, specialized in their creation. Most of their mages, if not all of them, I believe, had at least one circling their heads. So that is the best place to look.
This sounds kind of odd. So you've heard that Aetherstorm has like airships, right?
I've heard of such. Yes.
Do you have any idea how they work? Or if like the Gith had any ancient airships or something like that?
Well,
Oh man, if only you had a Gith archaeologist that could you could ask about this.
well, I do not know how their machines work, no. Um, can't say about the Gith. None of my agents have come back with any such um, news.
Uh,
Real
do
quick,
you
related
have
question.
any items that would enhance flying or pre-existing flying abilities without requiring attuning to the item?
Ah, well, that is a little bit rarer. Let me go look through. Da, 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 da. Once you said attunement, not non-attunement, that was where you're like, okay,
Sage, quick question.
yeah.
From my knowledge of how the astral vessels work, could you use them to just fly around a planet like an airship?
Depending on the vessel, yeah.
All right, cool.
Effectively, you have traditional uh, vessels, the star vessels, which can fly around both in space and in orbit, or in on the surfaces of the planet. You then have those that are grander in size, which while are built in orbit of the planet, they are
Oh, so like the Enterprise.
yeah, they are once they are sent up because they basically build the main frame to get it up there, and then they continue building it in space.
Right, sure.
So, like, they have massive structures, at
But I
least according to
assume
the notes that you guys read.
the one that I remember seeing before.
Are any of these structures still in
not so
orbit,
large.
Sage? Like, can you see them at sunset as the sun reflects off them?
Well, before I
That'd be
answer that,
crazy.
what was the last bit you said there? I didn't catch that.
Oh, the ruins of the one that I know of, I assume that is small enough to be a traditional sized one. Because I
Yes,
assume if one of the bigger ones fell to Earth, nothing would live there for several thousand years.
that is correct.
Okay.
Now, as for seeing any in space, well, I mean, none of you guys have telescopes, so
You can
it
still
is
see
possible.
satellites.
It is possible, but you would just think it's a star, so you'd have no idea if it's a star or a spaceship or something else.
Well, it'd be a fast-moving star. You can see satellites move in real time fairly,
If they're close enough, yeah.
but never seen anything like that.
If you have or if you haven't, then you might just think it was a shooting star if you have seen it. So
Excuse me. Jeez.
yeah,
All right.
what effectively you've
Yeah.
never seen any.
Does she have anything that enhances flying?
Oh yeah, I was looking through
Non-attunement.
stuff.
I'm mostly looking for something that would let me fly fast.
Let's see here.
I don't need something that grants flight.
I'm afraid as nothing is in stock this time that would enhance one's flight without requiring some form of energy expenditure focused towards the item.
All right. Oh, there's a spell that slows you down when you're falling. Does that come in an item form?
There are a few items that do that, yes.
Any that don't require attuning to it?
Um. Do.
And if they work while you're unconscious, that's even better. Just in case.
Now there is one such cloak I have in stock currently.
A cloak.
Yes.
Um, well, I guess I could just take this cloak off and switch to it. I'm planning on doing some high flying. How much is the cloak?
It runs for 1,536 gold.
And this doesn't require tuning to it, right?
That is correct.
You just put the cloak on, and if you start falling, it slows your fall.
That is correct.
Yeah, she'll buy that. You said.
1,536.
Can I talk you down to 1,530?
Sure. She's not even going to ask you to roll persuasion check. It's 6 gold. Yeah. She was expecting a bit more like, can I ask for 1,250?
You always get them.
Yeah, no, 1,530 is fine.
And that just, what are the limitations of this cloak specifically?
Let me go grab it. Da, 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 da. Boop-a-doop-a-doo, where are you, my friend?
I mean, you know, having something in case falling is a possibility is always a good idea.
All right. So, I'm about to post it, but effectively, whenever you fall from a height that is greater than 20 feet, the cloak would activate.
Just
Or
you
20
have
feet
to
or
be
greater.
wearing it
It
and
has to
no
be worn.
charge. Okay. And it can do that infinite times per day?
Yep.
Right. There is an item I know exists, not in character but out of character, the token of feather falling. Does she have those available? I think they're consumable, so she probably wouldn't have mentioned it. But if I'm not wearing the cloak, I'd like to have another, oh, I'm conscious, I should use this and avoid fall damage.
She does not have any such tokens now.
Alright, well, I shall be careful with my flying when I'm not wearing that cloak. Poundstone.
Just layer the cloaks.
Can you layer the cloak?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're not allowed to just wear 2 cloaks?
You can only get magical effect from one of them, though.
Mm-hmm. See, this is why you just enchant one thing to oblivion.
Like a poncho, perhaps.
That is it for Anea here. She does have Minerva on her way to Dwindle A, and I think Minerva would have arrived roughly.
Yeah. I thought we did that last week.
No, we didn't.
Sure.
Other than that, Renee's got nothing else. She'd go back to the manor, and I assume at this point would be when she does her sending and her prayers to Hestia that we all previously did, as well as
Yep.
Minerva,
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
which
5,
we
6.
haven't done.
All right. So, everyone has returned to, or has made their way to, the Saladon Manor, except for Ada, who is back at the Library of Arcanostra doing their study sesh all night. The stuff that happens during the night will happen soon, however, if we have not indeed did your Dwindle stuff, then we should do that real quick. So, Minerva would reach Dwindle. The village itself seems to be fine, no dangers or whatnot. One thing of note, I do need you to roll high or low, or choose high or low. Jordan,
Did that not come through?
I heard make through.
High. I choose high.
All right, 75. That is
Oh.
high indeed. So, while Minerva was making their way down south, you would have seen a large patrol of soldiers, of Calbeshian soldiers, maybe about 1,000 strong, making their way to the keep. So they're not turning towards Dwindle, but you would have seen them on the road traveling south. And you're cutting out again. I heard
Southern
nothing.
Cape. Towards the Southern Cape.
They're heading towards Ridgewater, yeah. might want to disconnect and rejoin the call because you're super robotic. Hello.
Does it work better now?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Discord. I know you hate me.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Minerva would reach the village, no issue.
She'll go to check out Renea's family first and drop her invisibility in front of the door. And then she'd notify Renea, and Renea will use her action to look through Minerva's eyes and speak through Minerva, and she'll call out, hello? Mom? Dad? Sophie?
Oh,
Jesper? I forgot the last brother's name.
but they're your siblings.
I don't remember their names out of character.
Bring up the Dwindle map. Oh man, this map is...
Nicholas, that was his name.
Alright, where are the tokens? Man, this map is super old.
I think we were there like last November.
Yeah, I had Obi's tokens still on this map. And A-Man.
Like
Alright.
this if you cry every time.
Alright, let me just go and plop that down. Because your tokens are not on the map like I thought they were. So that's just unfortunate. Let me go plop them. Actually, did I use tokens back then?
Static tokens? No. We were in person, very much so.
Yeah, I don't remember if I used tokens for those characters specifically. Let me go check. Tokens, base, NPCs, settlements.
I don't ever recall seeing tokens of her family.
Oh. Well, I'll have to go back into my notes and find their handouts then and make tokens for them. Because I did not see tokens. Anyways, moving on over to Dwindle. You would call out, and exiting the building of your home would be, let's see here, would be your father. He would look a little confused, and then you would see the owl.
Well, it's a glowing orb of light.
Yeah. Actually, has he seen the owl or the orb?
Yep.
He's not seen the orb.
It happened after the Navasu was sealed inside the bottle.
Yeah, okay. He is definitely looking confused hearing his daughter's voice. However, he notices the ball floating there.
Tell him you died.
I learned a new trick with Minerva. This is her new form instead of the owl.
Well, it's certainly a fancy trick you have there. It's good to hear that you're all right. Is that you, or are you just speaking through your owl like last time? Or orb, I guess.
Speaking and seeing through it. The thing before you is Minerva, though.
Right. Well, how have you been? Is everything all right up where you're at?
Yeah, it's been fine, more or less. Did Daniel tell you anything about me?
Just that everything is all right where you guys were. You're getting into something dangerous, but Hestia was with you, so you needn't worry.
Yeah. We, sealed a hole to the abyss, killed some demons to do so. Right now, me and my companions are in Sonata, actually. So I sent Minerva back to check in on everybody.
Oh. How is the old city up there?
Good, I guess. I've only been here once with Daniel, and that was a very short trip.
That's good. We were being a little worried. Things on the border, they have been jumpy.
The southern border?
Aye. We've been seeing a lot more attacks of late. Nothing up this far, but Elder's Crest was hit hard.
We were attacked by what?
Um, some of the Orcish raiders down south in the Wildlands. They seem to be getting a bit bolder of late.
So what's with the torches all around town?
Oh, a gift from Hestia to ensure our protection. Um, after the Fae attacked the village, Father Donnelly, he brought us through prayer and came up with the solution. It provides a certain smoke around the area, hence why it's so smoky around here, but that smoke isn't, um, I can't remember exactly what they said, but it's protective in nature. It can be breathed just fine, at least by those who are of the village, or of a more human nature, I guess. I imagine it's more than just humans, though, as some of the others around here are working just fine. But yeah.
Are the others okay?
Oh yeah, they're doing just fine. Most are actually down on the docks fishing, yeah, catching some supper. So your mother, she's up in the temple.
Sophie's case, I imagine.
I
I'm gonna
So you said Faye attacked the village?
well, they tried. Yeah, a lot of the people here lost a few children for time, but they were all returned, and some spirits, fire spirits, moved through the town and protected us from them.
Were Sophie and Jesper and Nicholas taken?
They nearly were, but um, they were rescued in the end. Thank Hestia for that.
Yeah, definitely. Um, did survivors from Arbor Glen ever seek refuge here?
Um, for a time, but they have moved back north, wanting to rebuild now that the faith threat has been somewhat quashed. Yeah, they had a bit of a bolstering from the soldiers too, so
Oh, so the soldiers actually decided to do something useful for once.
well, for once, yeah, been a lot of movements of late too. A lot of troops on the road, back and forth from Ridgewater and the capital, I suspect.
Has anything new happened in the swamp that you know of, or no?
Can't say much. That's more of Elder's Crest's thing. We
Right.
we mostly get the lake. Um, yeah, no one's gone missing since though. Not since the last one.
I might have to send Minerva there next then. Um, so yeah, I'm fine. Uh, I have wings now, so that's cool.
Wings.
Yes, so I told you I could fly last time I came here, but I never showed you because I could only do that briefly, but now I can do it whenever I want.
Well, imagine that. Huh. I knew you were gifted, but I didn't think you had wings. You're not pulling my leg,
Yeah.
are you?
No,
Huh.
they were a gift though from Hestia and the Ezekiel that you said Grandpa fought with or fought alongside in the war. I think that's an angel responsible for my divine blood, the one that has helped me and Daniel.
Interesting. Well, if you have angels on your side, then I needn't worry then, eh?
Yep.
Well,
Do you have any questions, or otherwise I'll go check on my siblings.
oh, I have many questions. Yes. Now that you seem to be um, all right, um, he's gonna pester you with so many questions about your travels, which it's exposition, so you don't have to actually go into questions because it's just like, what did you do? What did you do? What happened then? What happened? So yeah,
Dad.
yeah, pretty much.
She'll try and tone down the "I nearly died like 3 or 4 times" down, but otherwise tell him everything.
Excellent.
She'd mention the dragons and the nobles at the end.
All right. Midway through your stories, your siblings would return, as well as your mum, and all would share in these tales, sharing in their own tales, like how Nicholas caught a fish that was far too big. Um, you actually suspect it might have been less normal, like more of like a monstrous fish, but still caught. Damn. Yes. Anything else you would like to do?
I don't like
Uh,
how you. I don't like it at all.
she she wouldn't so much roll insight as she would, kind of get insight during the conversation. Yeah. So can I roll insight to see if they are changelings or something horrible like that?
Yes, you can.
Can I roll with advantage
Nope.
because this is her family? All right.
Yeah, everything seems just fine.
All right. Thank you, Sage. My paranoia is always happy. Once she's done with her family, she's going to have Minerva go and talk to the only other cleric of Hestia on this entire plane of existence.
All right.
Present party excluded.
She's not a cleric yet. Hasn't long rested. Ada's still level 9.
Touche.
Hee
You got me on semantics.
All right. Moving on over to the church, you would see inside the blazing hearth is still alight with fire, and you can see that Father Donnelly is behind the altar, currently setting up a few incense upon incense sticks to burn them up. Get the place a nice, basically closing rituals for the evening. As you can see, there are a few citizenry who are leaving the temple at this point in time.
This glowing ball of light just floats through the room.
Yeah, there's some weird looks, but they've seen things looking similar to that before, so it's not like they're surprised or anything like that. There are some worried looks though, because last
Uh,
time a glowing ball showed up, they were under attack.
Father Donnelly, it's me, Renea, speaking through my familiar. I
Oh,
suppose more
um,
accurately.
he kind of jumps a bit as he nearly drops one of the incense holders. Well, uh, oh, it's good to hear from you again. What brings your familiar all the way down here? Other than checking on your parents, of course, which I assume you've already done.
Yes. I'm in Sonata at the moment, so I figured it'd be a short trip for Minerva here. I did have some questions though.
Well, ask
Uh,
away.
so one of my companions died, and I brought them back using Hestia's power. But when it happened, something weird happened that wasn't supposed to happen. All their wounds disappeared, but then a scar-like brand appeared on their chest in the symbol of Hestia.
Well, that
And they
is
said that they
quite
had spoken
strange.
to her while they were dead. Any idea what that means?
Perhaps perhaps that was her marking them. A requirement if she wishes to speak with someone directly. Um, I cannot say for sure though. I've never heard of something like that happening. But it would make sense if they spoke with her and they were dead, they would be have some sign that they will grasp from perdition.
And when they awoke, they said something about a town by a river and how it has a light that's too bright and that the old priest would know how to help us. I assume she was talking about you.
Um,
She's describing Ada's vision that she said.
yeah, I'm not sure what I need to help you with. Um,
Do you know where this village is or what it's about?
I would need a description of the village first.
Renee will give the description of the village that she was given.
I'm afraid I never heard of that village.
So if you weren't the old priest, then who was?
Well, I can't say for sure, but never heard of another priest of Hestia here. That is certainly interesting. Perhaps, to prey upon it.
Hmm. Yeah, hopefully I can get an answer. Um, one more question, or a couple more. Have you ever heard of the, I need to look this up from your DM, Sage, the Warden's Library?
Can't say that I have.
Right, I guess I'll search the Arcanostra for that. Uh, the ghost of the boy from Rimcrest Keep. Did
Isaac?
anything happen with that ghost?
I think the ghost's name was Isaac. But I will check. Yep. Isaac.
The procession that happens every month or so, did come by, but this time it was a bit different. In fact, one of the prayers and communions I had with Lady Hestia spoke on this, asked that I put them to rest. Um, I think they're at peace now.
Good. Be okay for the All Hallows Eve. That is a right term for it, right, Sage?
Yeah. We should be. Our masks are prepared. That was actually what we were doing 2 days ago. And we have prepped all sorts of treats to entice them. We should be ready for when they come.
What about the smoke over the village? How will that affect things?
Well, for the smoke, I have no idea, to be honest. I was kind of hoping that I would get some insight from Hestia, but she has been a little silent of late. I imagine busy with helping you and your fallen companion.
Well, I should be in Sonata for the next few days. And I can't keep Minerva here all the time, but I'll have her come back and check in at least a few times.
Sounds a wonderful plan.
Do you have the capability to cast a spell sending?
I'm gonna look up what spell level is that, so I don't have to look it up.
It's 3rd level.
I'm afraid I don't. He only has 2nd level spells.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remembered he was a 4th level cleric.
I'm gonna make a spell called Spending that you just spend 100 gold coins, and you get a random item off of a table.
So no, that's where you spend 100 gold coins to activate the spell, and for the next hour, whenever you walk into a room, just puffs of glitter shoot out from the doorway, and just like kind of shines a bright light around you.
I like that one too. And you have to make College of Glamour bards get it.
Yep. It gives you advantage on persuasion checks to awe a room, to fascinate the crowd.
Performance checks as well.
Yep, performance as well.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Um,
Anyways, anything else you wanted to do?
I think that's it for Dwindle.
All
Renee
right.
is going to send Minerva to Elder's Crest.
Well, that's going to take some time.
Indeed, 100-foot travel speed is Minerva's movement.
Hmm. Yep. All right. So, back within the capital. Some time has passed. It is now night has fallen. Does a certain John wish to go to a tavern?
Yes.
Excellent. You taking anyone with you?
Not in particular, and
Excellent.
I won't stop anyone from following.
All right. Let me go DM views to just make sure I know where this thing is because it's marked in
Bad
blue.
Minerva is elsewhere noises.
Get fuck.
All right.
Well, off to a tavern.
All right. Moving on up. Where's your token? There's your token. Moving back towards the market district. Do 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 do. You make your way out front of the Dragon's Hearth. Let me give it a player visible marker for you guys. Let's see here. Where is it? Ah, here we go. And, player visible. Oh, it's on hidden layer. That's not going to do anything. All right. Boop-a-doo, change to token. Bam. All right, outside the Dragon's Hearth, you would see that the tavern itself is seemingly rather bustling, as it is evening around dinner time. However, her shift is just ending, as you would hear a bit of shouting going on from within. Seems like there's calls for what's the word for it? It's not nothing like you know someone's in a fight or anything like that, or someone's being fired. It's more like shouting to try to speak over the crowd to get like orders called out, basically. So
Mhm.
it's just really loud in there. But with your passive perception of horrible, you don't hear anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, carry on.
I walk into the tavern.
All right, entering into the tavern. Let me just go and plop a tavern map up.
I got
Let's see.
tavern map. Of course we have tavern map. Why am I surprised?
Why do you not want a tavern map?
No, I absolutely do. I'm just always surprised at the amount of shit prepared. Why? I don't know. Still am.
I swear, where is this? I have like so many tavern maps. I'm trying to find the one. Da, da, da. Sit here. No. Man. You know what? I think it's actually this one. It should be here. And then it should be here. And then it should be here.
There's a tavern map for bar fights.
And there we go. Oh, the roof's still turned on. Let me go turn that off so we can see the interior. All right. Going to grab your token from the map of Sonata.
Mm-hmm. I just thought to actually check the maps. Is it
Oh, there you go.
Give me a moment. 104 things.
Yeah.
We're already at 80. We're cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful. This looks like a bottom floor. Maybe.
Let me just go and fill it with some randos.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a door.
Are they really random, Sage, or are you just saying that so we stop messing with you about having the bar prepared?
Let's see here. No, these ones are randos. This map was imported, which means I didn't have any of the tokens on it at the time. Because I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to get with her, so. Yeah. Now, let's see here.
Everyone's just doubting John's innate charisma.
Let's go plop you down. Let's plop you.
Fighter 2.
You.
It's his sociopathy that I'm concerned about.
You.
Don't worry about it.
You.
A thought just occurred to me. Hestia might have had all her followers and like Cyric and stuff killed.
Mm-hmm.
What if there's only 2 clerics of Hestia, soon to be 3, in the entire multiverse?
And you're wondering why I'm trying desperately to get the more followers in the Pantheon thing.
You've been slacking, Renee. You've been slacking.
Renee has been busy trying not to die. She's been a cleric for 3 months, and one of those months she didn't even have any magic because she was so traumatized.
There's work to do.
It is not even a cleric.
Alright, where is this one?
Gotta spread that good word.
Gotta get that guy off the god.
I kind of do like the idea of having the title most powerful cleric of a god in the entire universe.
It's not a high bar, is it?
It's not that high of a bar. It's 4th level. That's the bar.
Alright, where is this last one? There you are. Alright. So, entering into the bar itself, you would see that the bar is, well, rowdy and quite loud. It is not as packed as you suspected. Let me just make sure these guys are properly placed before I continue. Just gonna snap them from grid. Boop, 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 boop.
Get him into seats.
Yep, getting them into seats. But yeah, you would see that there are groups of what appears to be 5 different groups. Group across from you that all look to be relatively ruddy, scum-looking individuals. Those that you dealt with a lot back home. Those who didn't really have the best morals. Across from you, there is a single woman sitting upon the table here, bow in hand, or not in hand, but at her side, close at hand. Long brown hair, lithe build, seems to be an elf. Across from that, there's this table here, seems to have what appears to be a man dressed entirely in metal. You can't even see his face, there's so much metal. you're not sure if how he's drinking or eating either, but there is food in front of him. That down here, there's a girl who you actually, for a moment there, thought was too young to be in this bar. But she is not kicked out, so she must be old enough. But her hair kind of curly, short cropped, black hair. Across from her and the knight appears to be a man dressed in rags. Looks a little bit of a homeless person, but no one's really questioning him, and he doesn't give off too much of a smell. The northernmost table appears to be a grouping of nobles or off-duty guards. It's hard to tell. They look prim and proper, which is why you kind of think nobles, but they're also seemingly sitting as if they are aware of their skills of combat. And then down here, you have what appears to be a man covered in vines and leaves, green robes, brown skirt, long greenish blonde hair with a kind of a bark-colored skin tone. He is sitting across from a man, blonde of hair, clean-shaven, blue robes, and over in the corner, you have a traditional human woman dressed in a basic commoner's gown, a server's apron atop it. She is working behind the bar next to a dwarf with a mutton chop set up, red hair, what's it called? Suspenders, and a basic white shirt. All right. Now for the ambience. Here we go. Copy, and I'm going to go paste this. There you are. So, entering into the area, you would see those figures. You do not see Willow, however.
John will walk his way over to the bar and ask the dwarf there. Have you seen a woman here, fairly tall, reddish hair?
I've seen probably about 100 of those. You gotta be a bit more specific than that. Just today, that is.
Oh,
Not like
that, yeah.
in my lifetime.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Tattoos on her right arm. Name's Willow.
Yep. You're speaking of Willow. She's in the kitchen right now. She's nearly done with her shift.
Okay.
Well, Cherry here is going to take over just in a moment.
Oh, wonderful. If I can get me a glass of whiskey then.
Of course. Let's see here. And to be clear, when you say glass, you mean a glass, eh? Not a shot.
Yeah, glass.
Excellent. All right.
He'll pull out a glass, pour whiskey and some into it.
All right. I'll be 2 silver.
There you go.
Excellent. He'll hand you the glass. He'll take the coins, pocket it in his apron, and pretty much like 10 seconds after you were given the drink, pretty soon, in fact, the kitchen door would open as Willow would walk out, kind of like walking out backwards, holding a tray in hand. As she steps forward to here, places it on there. She gives a little sigh as she notices you, unties the apron, and she kind of puts it under the counter back here. All right. Thanks, Hegel. Mind if I use the private room?
Oh, no. Go right ahead. No one's in there this evening. Oh, it's free up for you.
Appreciate it. All right, John. This way. Go and unsnap her. Boop. All right. Now then, any of this you want to be in apples?
I don't see why. So no,
All right.
it's fine. It's fine.
So she will sit down, arms crossed. All right. Well, here's your chance.
Well, I am deeply sorry. I'm that I never got word of this. That I didn't have a place to get word of this. If I'd known, I would have hightailed it right back up north here. Um, but I am deathly serious that I do want to make it up to you. I owe you and the boy that much.
Well, at least you're looking to help. What did you have in mind?
Well, well, at the very least, for certain I got the coin, could get you living somewhere nicer than that. Certainly not a horrible place, but you deserve better than that. I, my offer stands to maybe take care of the thugs. Probably convince the group I'm working with. It's a fairly just cause.
You know, normally I would outright refuse your offer to pay. But you do owe me. About 17 years, in fact. So,
Sounds about right. I'm on it.
how much, how much
I'm
even would that
honestly.
be? She kind of like leans back. What even call? It's been so long since the,
Well,
kind of trails off a bit there. But in terms of Raffi and his king, I mean, if you and your crew think that you can handle this, I won't, I won't say no, but it's not just Raffi. You'd need to take out
yeah,
the whole organization. And she'll go a bit quieter. And that would be a conversation for somewhere else. As she kind of
yes.
like points in that direction.
Hmm.
Right, kitten. It's true. You're a good cat. She showed up and
Kitty.
wants pets. All right, hop up.
Well, I do believe we could, depending on how deep it goes. Certainly don't want to step on the toes of the guards, though. But if everything's in order, I will gladly try to volunteer my my group into this.
Well, I can't say you'll get much help from the guards, at least not those who are assigned in my district. It's
As
likely that they
long
are paid by Raffi.
as long as we ain't gonna be hindered. I was mainly worried about accidentally stepping on their toes for causing trouble, for lack of a better word, in their town.
But
So,
for that, it'd be best that you'd speak with them first. Although, that would be more of though speaking with. I'm honestly, I don't know who to trust within the gods. I would
Well,
I would seek a badge from the Draconis Legion.
I could
They
probably
can
work
work
that out.
freely within the city.
I could probably work that out, actually. Conveniently, someone I'm working with is Saladin. Saladin. However you pronounce Paul's last name.
Saladin.
Saladin.
Saladin. Wait,
So
you work with the Saladins?
I work with. I work for a kid that's only about a year younger than the boy. She's
You
on
work
a.
with Polodrin?
I work with Paladrin now. Yes, Paul showed up in the abyss.
Wait, that's where
With
he's
his,
been?
uh,
The whole town guard was out searching for days.
oh yeah. He and his sister showed up. I was decently dead to rights, but
She was with him too, then. I mean, it
yes,
figures.
yes.
That's good to
Don't
hear.
don't quite like her much, but what are you gonna do? Um, yeah, no, I'm not hired by him. I'm hired by a young woman by the name of Renea. So she's been on this little personal crusade against the Fae corruption that's going around here.
I've heard about that.
But I certainly feel like this would fit any of their criterias, or at least most of them. I do.
At this point,
But,
you've been sitting next across from her for long enough that even though your passive insight's pretty meh, specifically because of my uh, insights passes or 5 rule,
okay.
you do notice that she's a little fidgety. Like she's still not comfortable with how she feels about this, but she's at least on not throwing things at you terms.
Yeah. Exactly. If I'm being completely honest, I'm fully surprised they didn't try to rip off my one and only arm right there in the street.
Should be thankful that Miles was there, or I would have.
But if there's anything else that you can think of, ways that I can help give back, do not hesitate to ask.
Well,
And I probably owe it to the boy to see if I can maybe get someone to teach him a little something. I've missed, 17 birthdays now?
let's just start with this rapier. You can leave Miles to me.
I can certainly do.
Well then. Now, any future talks? Best we do it here, just so you don't put more ideas in Miles's head. I swear, he's going to be speaking on this for probably about a month on how he needs to learn what you just did. And
Uh,
I think you and I both know that that is not the best life for.
no, not
Yes.
in any way, shape, or form. I do apologize. I wasn't confident in my legs to actually catch up through the crowd, so I took measures.
Right.
There are ways to do what I did without having to make a deal, per se. That can be learned, I'm fairly certain.
Oh, I'm sure it can be. He's been begging me to go to the Arcanastra for about 5 years now. But if he takes after you, I'm afraid. Bit of a wanderlust to him, and I don't want him to turn out a wanderer.
I don't blame you. Not for a minute.
Although perhaps I should let him study at least a bit. That's for me to worry about, though. Now then, you
At the
mentioned
very least. Oh, no. Go on.
you mentioned getting me out of that place.
That I did.
What did you have in mind?
Well, I can most certainly. I'm fairly certain I have the coin to purchase a house here. I don't know the whole process of that, never really owning a place, but if anything, you would be the one owning it. I certainly don't have the coin for anything noble, but there are much better buildings around to house people and to make into a home.
That's certainly something to think on. As someone who has purchased a house in the town, though, it may not be as easy as you think. There are forms to fill, um, things that would require one to be tied down for a time. And I know you do not like being stuck in one place for too long.
Well, John just kind of sits there and thinks for a solid moment there and just, where you're not wrong. Part of me ain't fully against the idea, but at the very least, I could give you the gold to purchase it yourself.
Uh, let's say this. I'm gonna go make sure the current date to make sure I get the day correct when I say this. Let's see here. It is currently the end of the 24th, so October. It is Lamanchan, I believe. Uh, I don't work tomorrow, nor do I work the next day. How long are you in town?
Should be in town at least 6 days. Still gotta talk with the others. We're getting some gear of the likes. I'll be back here 2 days after that, though, to get after I've told I don't have my hat and poncho, so I'm getting those enchanted. Um,
Well, let's say tomorrow or Monday, which is Monday. Yeah, we meet up again. We go look over some houses, and perhaps you can bring your companions. We can speak further on this Rafi.
I certainly can do.
Would you
Uh,
have a preference of day?
let's meet back Moon Day. Hoping he'll be there earlier than not, but I've got 6 days to meet back up with him. The re-meeting a guy to sell some old coins. But
All right.
no.
Kind of still oddly shuffling and fidgeting with her hands, but she will stand up. Well, I do appreciate your attempt to make amends. Let's just meet up on Monday then. I
John
should get back home.
gives a little chuckle and goes, "Now, if you still want to deck me in the face, I won't retaliate that."
You can see there's a slight pause. She's definitely thinking about it.
Wish Minerva was here to see this.
Let's see here. She kind of sighs. No, don't help anything. All right, John. You have a good rest of your evening.
You as well, Willow.
Alright.
Take care.
She will leave.
I will finish up my glass of whiskey. Hand it back to the dwarf.
There. Ought to go.
All things considered, I'd say pretty well.
Well, that's good to hear. Willow's been lancy all evening.
If I'm being completely honest, I'm surprised I still have my one arm. But
She is quite feisty, that one. I'm surprised too. Something you must have said calmed her down, though.
luckily, I'm a decent man of words, so tends to not usually be too much of a problem for me.
Right.
That's some fine whiskey you got there. I'll make sure to come back here if I ever need a refill.
Oh, and tell your friends about us here. Oh, and if you're ever interested in, yeah, it's just for normal whiskey, but if you're wanting fire whiskey, that's my specialty.
Fire whiskey.
Aye.
Well, now you've piqued my interest, sir.
Oh, it burns like the dickens. It has a bit of a pop to it, too.
Does he just have Fireball? Is it straight up Fireball?
Sort of.
That's called cinnamon, Mason. Not all of us are alcoholics.
It's close enough to Fireball.
Speaking as someone with a bag of hot tamales in my desk.
Do you happen to also sell flasks here?
Go look at DM view.
You actually have notes for this.
Yeah, I do. You're looking for a small, medium, or large flask. What do you want in the
What size are the two I currently have? They're 16 ounce.
Those are both medium.
If I could get a medium flask filled up with that Fireball, I'd be much obliged.
You're doing it too.
Alright, right away. Fire whiskey, right for you. I pull out a flask from beneath the desk from a drawer. You can see beneath that drawer, there's another drawer which is about double the width. Inside this drawer, though, you can see both mediums and large flasks. You pull out a medium, pull out a bottle from behind, fill it up, and I'll hand you the flask. All right, there, that would be. Let's go grab this 1 second. This is pretty expensive, so 1 second.
That's fine.
Where are you? I haven't looked at this thing in ages. Let's see here. Magic items, costs. Here we go.
I have 3 flasks of various alcohol now.
All right.
Gotta keep myself stocked.
That
John, not like
is.
weakening the fire damage.
So you have a 16-ounce flask. That is 2 doses, so you're looking at 400 gold for that, and 2 gold for the flask.
My, you weren't kidding. Well,
Well, it's top shelf stuff. That.
that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I put out 4 platinum pieces and 2 gold.
You're short by 360.
Oh,
you
wait.
need 40 platinum.
Oh, sorry. I thought I said 40. I said 4, didn't I?
You did.
I put out 40 platinum pieces
Excellent.
and 2 gold.
Oh, very good. I'll pocket the coin, and you have acquired yourself a flask, as well as 2 doses of fire whiskey, which
2
specifically is the
doses.
same exact thing as a potion of fire breath, except for it's alcoholic.
Oh, wow.
So, extra good for John.
Actually, like, I can, like, okay.
Yeah, and it tastes like Fireball.
And it tastes like fire. Wonderful.
Cheers.
Well, John will...
Next time someone gets in melee range, they're getting a Dragon of the West surprise.
You
You
know what
better
I'm saying?
believe.
Mm-hmm.
Pocket that away, give him a wave, and head
All right.
back.
Very good.
Snap to grid. There we go. All fixed.
All right. So, returning back to Sonata, anything else anyone wants to do for the evening before we conclude the evening?
I would like to read the letter that Fox sent me.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna sad. I'm gonna be missing this, but I gotta use the restroom.
Oh, dear God. So I have good news and unfortunate news.
What's the unfortunate news?
The unfortunate news is I was slammed with maps and forgot I had to write that letter for you. The good news is John doesn't have to miss it, because
Okay.
I can't give it to you yeah. Now let me go put that on my to-do list so I don't forget, because I completely forgot to do that.
I will read it one day, but that is not this day.
Violating terms of service for Twitch.
Also, I'll probably have to just send it to you, because, yeah.
Alright.
Wait, you're saying we can't read straight up erotica on stream?
Yeah. Alright, it's
That's
added to my
quitter
to-do
talk.
list. So, anything else?
I'm good.
Did you still want to do that date thing, Brayden, with Ken and Renea looking for someone to go out with?
I mean, we probably should, but we could also do it in campsite.
That is true. We could do that. Yeah, we'll just campsite.
Alright. So,
Does,
in that
Renee,
case,
does Minerva reach Elder's Crest this night?
let's see here.
How was the letter?
It is not given, as I forgot to write it, but it will be delivered next time.
Damn.
Minerva would reach Eldritch Crest, yes. You would see that the village itself has been fortified with both trenches as well as palisades. A simplistic wall. if anything, but has indeed been fortified, specifically towards the south. You can see that there is a small army camp north of it across the river, as well as a foundation of a watchtower being built south of the town. The town itself, you can see that there are a few buildings within that are burnt to the ground, and a few buildings that seem to be burnt but not to the ground, just like some singes on the sides.
Renee doesn't really know anyone personally in Elder's Crest. So unless there's someone who seems significant, Minerva's just gonna, look at things while invisible and then move on.
All right. Well, the town itself looks to be harried, to say the least. It was not a pretty attack. A lot of the citizenry look mournful. Most of them are still inside, or they're in their homes, if it were. A few of them are within the tavern, but the tavern itself is quiet. Um, Let me go look. I think Lily Strand survived, but let me go make sure.
Lily Strands.
Yeah.
Did the banana split survive?
No.
Hmm.
And Lily Strand is still alive. She is still behind the bar, but you can see that she has a scar upon her. What was it again? Let's see, 3 claw marks on left arm. Yeah, a large grouping of 3 slashes across her left arm, kind of cutting into her torso, but you can't really see the torso part because of the dress.
Does Renee want to tell her Obi's dead? No, Renee does not want to say anything. She's not delivering that news. Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. Notable figures that you would not notice in town. Go bring up that list. Marius is missing.
Suspicious.
Still useless.
Let's see here. Marius and who else? It's just Marius?
Juniper?
No, Juniper's not there either. Yeah, no.
Also suspicious.
Let's see. Juniper, Marius, you're there. You don't really know some of these people, so I'm skipping some of them too. Or people that you interacted with.
The only other one I can think of is like the mayor.
Pip is there. Yeah, no. Of those that you encountered or dealt with, Juniper and Marius are both missing. However, Juniper's wolf is in town still.
Okay. Interesting.
What about Juniper's crocodile?
No.
Interesting.
I'm feeling nostalgic for my year anniversary in this campaign. Minerva's going back to the place where it all started. The Temple of the Drowned God.
All right, I have good news and potentially upsetting news.
Okay.
The good news is that you can certainly try to do that. The upsetting news is you can certainly try to do that because it's not guaranteed.
Well, she is invisible and
I'm
she got
aware.
stealth, so
Roll me a
she'll
stealth
try.
check. And you have advantage because of invisibility. You still have to roll.
Not L1, keep 1. 2d20, that will help. 27.
Nice.
All right, let me roll my perception.
31.
Well, at least we know something bad is happening there.
All right, flying through the marsh, I need you to now give me a survival check. See if you can find where you were.
Would Renea be able to do this since she has communication with Minerva?
Are you looking through their eyes the entire time?
Not the entire time
Then no.
that she can get actions.
If you're going through the entire time, then yes. Otherwise, no.
Can she give the help action by providing directions then?
Nope. You're only getting brief snippets of where you're at, so it's kind of like, oh yeah, that tree looks somewhat familiar. Yeah, go that way, and then like 20 minutes later, suddenly you're in a different location and it maybe looks familiar. It's it's not really helpful.
Well, Renea found her way there with just Dayman. So.
Yeah, but that was also kind of just to get you into the campaign, not a yeah.
Look, man, you didn't have a mud tsunami get you there. So.
It's true.
You know what? We're gonna roll that with inspiration.
You're
Alright.
using your DM inspiration on this.
I rolled a 2, so yes. Shit.
All right. Minerva flies around and spends the remainder of the day trying to find this, but they do not find it for this day. You can continue searching tomorrow.
Well, she can search all night.
Gotcha.
Exhaustion does not matter.
Okay.
For her.
But yes. So, as the day passes onward, we go to the next day. Sun rises up early in the morning, and it is now the 25th of October. Let me go look at my solar events, see if anything happens. Nope, nothing happens, so we're good. So, you all would wake up in the morning, well rested, leveled up, all that good stuff. But yeah, for downtime, just to speed through
Wait,
the downtime stuff.
What about dinner, Sage?
What would be at dinner?
I would like to have it.
We were gonna have a nice dinner together.
That was the plan? No one told me this. I'm just trying to get through downtime, which feels more like normal play than downtime, to be fair.
Can do it after.
I mean, I'm good with doing it. I'm just, you guys had a long list of downtime, and at this rate, we're probably gonna be here for another like 8 weeks of just doing city RP, which is fine. But yeah, I'm not against it.
I mean, we can do a dinner. We have lots of things to talk about.
Yeah, all right.
Every single day in downtime, I would like to try to scry on Circord, because I can do that once every 24 hours.
Excellent. All right. So, for the evening before resting, the party groups up for an evening dinner. Let me go see if I have a good map for this. Noble houses, noble estates.
Oh, a Sage, does a 6 make a difference for that survival check? It's +2, not +1 for Minerva.
No.
That's a shame.
Years of academy training wasted.
Well, the DC to find the temple is actually a 7. I'll have you guys know, we've been loading the tavern map since Sage first put it up, and we're only at 107 out of 18.
How are you still loading? Okay, I'm not even going to bother with the fucking interior map if you're still loading this one. Because the interior map for a manor is going to be much bigger than this, so...
Can
Okay.
you, press your things into just, a single image?
Not if they're city maps, but I could do it for other maps. Just because
one
city maps
really big asset
are
instead
like
of many small ones.
city maps are generally like thousands of feet across, which means the image size of an export
Would be
map,
massive.
like I think Sonata itself would probably be about 90,000 by 90,000 pixels.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's not exactly feasible for city maps, but for encounters it's totally doable.
And interiors with lots of items and assets.
Anyways, you guys gathering around the kitchen table. Your brothers and sisters would not be joining you this evening as they are busy doing business, as the butler would regrettably inform you.
Wait, you actually have children? Or not children, siblings?
Yes. There's no way that a noble family is going to let their heirs go out adventuring without dealing with like family business. So
Fair enough.
yeah, and since you gave me free reign, yeah. So I gave you guys some more of the um, traditional family members for nobility siblings. They're busy doing work, but
Gotcha.
I do have them. I can plop you guys their handouts and all that stuff. So because you have Aliana, it's your sister, and then you have Merrick.
Evade it.
Yeah, that's their handout for ease rather than their token.
So, are they half elf or human and elf? And
Well, Merrick, I believe, is pure human, as that would have been the first sibling of Paul's parent. So yeah,
so he's the heir.
however, they are half. They are half sun elf because they were the sibling from the marriage. I'd have to bring in my notes specifically to figure that out, but yeah, 99% sure he is pure human because he is older brother of Paul, and she is the younger sister of everyone.
Gotcha.
Don't mind me, just snipping tooled that one guy because that could make an interesting character.
I can just send you the image.
Hey, it's already been done.
Sologen 3, Electric Booga 3.
All right. So, meeting up at the dinner table within the grand manor of the Saladin estate, you are awaited by the staff, given the fine dining meal that is offered to you, with 3 courses, of course. There is not, in fact, song and dance because the staff are not bards, but
Surprising.
there is an ambient music going on throughout the estate.
John, the entire time, looks vaguely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Let alone just being in such a high class place.
Yeah. But as for JC, you said you were spending your night at the, the guild hall, so I'm not really
Yeah.
sure what
Take
you want to do
advantage.
within.
Take advantage of that elf only needing 4 hours of sleep.
I'm gonna go sit right next to Paul.
Well, you're already
Yep.
next to Paul, so that worked out well. Plop.
Cool. And I'm just gonna be like, these your friends? Are these your buddies? Just like asking questions about like all the little different things that are in the house or whatever.
Okay. And Paul will answer them.
Will you miss this?
How important is this to you?
Tell me about that valuable looking object over there. Oh, what is that?
Don't try anything. You know what I'm capable of.
For now.
I'm not gonna steal from you.
That's getting an insight.
Insight.
I'm just gonna join in on that
do that.
bandwagon because it'll be
Pretty sure I
fun to
have
hold
some
against you.
pretty solid insight.
I do not currently have any plans of stealing from you this night.
This
This night.
Nick quietly swears mentally that Minerva's still in the swamp, lost, and not here to keep an eye on the cat.
At some point, Paul is going to bring up, well, we need to have a discussion about Sir Cord.
Cord,
Who's
about what do you know?
So, from what I understand, Sir Cord and a farm boy tried to arrest/kidnap an elven ambassador, and that has led to the increased tensions and why Kalbesh is currently preparing for war.
Yeah, that would be my brother. I was sending to contact him, and he told me that, yeah, they may have accidentally have started the war. Cord got arrested, he got him out of jail.
Sorry, what? You
I'm
are...
quick question here. A, who's Sir Cord? B, what? Answer in either order you choose.
I put together Sir Cord as Renea's brother.
No, Sir Cord is a knight of the realm who sort of told Paul and Ada to go up north, you said? Yeah?
Yes. But if Sir Cord escaped from jail after attempting to kidnap an elven ambassador, that is only going to make things worse. As right now, the way that I can see it, the only peaceful way to resolve this would be to return Sir Cord into custody.
Daniel breaking out of jail? You mentioned something about scrying, Paul. Did you already do that?
I tried yesterday, but I was unsuccessful. I can try again soon.
So, Hestia told me a bit about scrying this morning. It's not something I can do yet, but I can eventually. It's one of her domain spells for 5th level. So she would know, right, Sage?
Yeah. It's a domain spell,
The
so you have it.
target can allow you to scry on them. They know. Do you have a time you want to? I can tell Daniel to tell Cord to let you scry on him.
Not exactly sure he'd go for that. But I can probably try right now, see what he's up to. Or find out where he is in hopes to end a potential war.
Will that bypass the 24-hour restriction, Sage? If Cord lets it happen willingly?
1 second.
Because Renee has still got a 4th level slot for sending.
Cannot be bypassed.
Well, because, like, the whole reason why I'm trying to scry on him is so that I can have him be arrested.
Give me a second. Renee will send off a sending.
Oh, boy.
There we go. It's the ambience of your state.
Fine dining music, restaurant music, calm, soft, chill out instrument. My favorite.
Indeed.
The only thing the waitstaff needs to know is fine dining and breathing.
Well, let us tell you what, we got those covered real early in the session. Okay, now breathe.
So we're setting off ascending.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. You know, I was hoping to fly with that. Not use it for ascending to make sure my brother didn't break the law.
So, I would like to ask what is on the dinner table? What is it that people are having for dinner?
Well, it's not pasta. So your hopes are quashed right there.
Is it soup?
Well, that is one of the courses.
And it's not touching apples.
The food here appears to be a grouping of fine venison steaks with a side of fresh steamed vegetables. What are you doing, Cat?
Sage, I'm already so hungry. All I've eaten is breakfast.
Oh, you should eat then.
Well,
And hot
Gamer,
lucky for you.
do you not have a collection of Cliff Bars?
You know what's really funny? As you're mentioning this, I am getting hungry, compounded with the fact that my roommate is eating in the kitchen right now. And I can smell it. And it smells really good.
Oh no,
Man, I told myself I wasn't going to order food today, but it looks like it's happening anyways, because the cafeteria closes super early on the weekends.
Yeah, it closes at like 7:30, so I bought like some food like 3 hours ago and stuck it in the fridge.
I had me a breakfast burrito not an hour to go from now.
All right. Well,
They're
I
called
would like
breakfast
to sleight of hand some breadsticks up onto this table.
Okay. Um, I will have to have a conversation with you in apples soon after this occurs.
I need to
Wait,
roll
what was
for
that? I was
John.
distracted reading your message. Why are you having an apples conversation?
Not yet.
Oh, don't worry about it.
That's roller.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But
Don't worry about
I
it.
do need you to give me a perception check.
I'm gonna do a wisdom check here for myself.
Renee?
Can we all do it?
Everyone can besides Ada.
Okay, well, this is my own thing.
Feeling guilty. Your
16.
natural 20
Yes.
guiltiness.
Yes. To me, high is very guilty.
She's pulling you a breadstick.
Also, yeah, sure. Let's see if I can see the breadsticks. Bread.
So I think Kenna saw it, but no one else.
Yep, looks
Would
it.
appear so.
All right. So you would notice, Kenna, that from the floof that is covering floof, a relatively decent-sized stick of bread is pulled out. It looks still be squishy and fresh. However, it is pulled out from floof and gently nudged next to the other breadsticks upon the table. Seems to be you're the one who noticed. Looks to be just fine though. No, you don't
We'll
really see
let
any
it
fur
go
left
then.
on it.
Talk about it later, maybe, if I remember.
All right, there you go.
So,
Carry on.
Alright, does anyone want some breadsticks? I pass the bread.
Sure, I could go for a breadstick. They're my favorite. Giuseppe makes some really good breadsticks.
Roll me a d8.
Giuseppe.
I feel like I should warn you. If you have unknowingly force-fed Renee a soul, she will legitimately try and kill you. It's negotiable.
Free.
That is fair.
All right. You have ate a breadstick. Hopefully, it's not covered in souls.
Roll 1d4.
I've already rolled it.
oh wow.
Oh, I had Paul roll it, but yeah.
Did you just pick a number before you rolled?
Yeah.
Before I rolled? Okay.
Hmm.
Why, that was so good. I'd like to try a second one.
Oh no! Oh, you are
Roll
just
me a
trying.
d7.
You are just trying.
You are poking the bear here.
All right. It's a delicious breadstick. Giuseppe really knows their stuff.
I am going to eat one of the breadsticks I know is
You only put
I
one
know
up
it's
there.
rigged. Cause this way, if I get caught eating a breadstick, I could just blame it on the basket. It's fine.
Mm. So you're eating the rigged one.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Yeah, it's a delicious breadstick. You are very
It is
happy.
delicious.
Well, were we wanting to maybe get ourselves a little bit of work while we were in town?
I'm pretty busy studying, but I guess I could go out on the nights. What did you have in mind?
Well, I'd have to discuss it further, but what was the insignia she told me about, the dragon something?
The Guild of Adventurers?
Yeah, well,
Draconis Legion.
Draconis Legion. Well, mainly, it'd help if we could work under the Draconis Legion for a little bit.
Be lucky Ada isn't here, or she'd be horribly offended.
That's fine.
I would not mind accompanying you for that.
Wanted to see if any of y'all might assist me with clearing out some thugs.
Sure.
in the city.
What
I'm down.
kind of thumbs?
Not too certain myself. From what I can tell, your typical gangbangers, thugs. It runs deep enough to some of the guards, so hence why I would have to get some sort of clasp or insignia from the Draconis Legion. So hopefully we could, because I learned recently that they can work kind of over the guards.
I imagine if we could. I imagine we could with my.
What are you inciting? Sorry, Paul, or Max.
What your angle is here?
He's wanting to
So,
help somebody. Or...
Good response. Keep in mind, though,
Mhm.
unlike my responses with insights, because I do tend to give more information just because you guys have requested, and I do not make it as difficult. But generally, insight when revealed, and feel free to ignore this, but it is not so much here's what you know, and then tells to give information. It's more of like you see them like fidgeting ever so slightly, like they might be nervous or something like that. Nothing like here's exactly what you know. You can read my mind.
Yeah, so yeah, like, what you can tell from looking at John, he's barely touched his food. He's been kind of fidgeting.
Flew through a mouthful of breadsticks. He'll just be like, "Yeah, okay, I could be convinced."
I
And
suppose with my magic, I could quickly find who's at the, or who's running the gangbangers. So we don't have to go after any of the lower level members.
Oh,
you would hear one of the servants say, "Bless you, sir."
Thank you.
well, that would be much appreciated. I'm not sure how much in the way of a reward there is, other than I guess looting what they have.
Safer city's better for everyone, I suppose.
I'm going to need a few more details than just that, but
Well, tag along, Moon Day, and I'll be meeting back up with somebody. So,
How did you catch wind of this group of gangbangers?
well, so funny story. I have a son.
What?
Yeah,
Wait.
that's what I said.
huh?
Yeah, just as surprised as any. I'm probably doubly surprised as any of you might have thought. Well, I did say
How old?
about 17, going on 18. That does add directly up to when I was up north here about that time doing some work. So,
Sounds like some real work you were doing.
well,
Flip is
and
gonna wiggle her eyebrows at you and put more food in her mouth.
I assume her eyebrows are just like these like giant like caterpillars of fluff.
She actually has white eyebrows and dark fur and white marking. So she actually has a very expressive face.
Very untrustworthy face.
so
Expressive is a
Okay,
word I
I'm
would
done.
use.
I'm hoping perhaps that's enough information for you, miss. But
You want to help the son you didn't know you had.
precisely, would be Moonday would be meeting with the boy's mother.
How many days is it till Moon Day?
2 days.
2 days. Yeah, you're at the end of Saturday. or not Saturday. Saturday's the real life equivalent. The end of Star Day.
So
Might be able to. There are things I want to do, but
well, if there's things that you've got to do, we don't have to do this during our downtime, for a lack of a better word. Still gotta figure out what you meant by metagamy there, Paul. I'm gonna figure that out someday.
the Tama guy.
I'm making a callback joke to when he wrote down the little
Oh yes.
metagamey
Oh, jeez.
I know. I'll figure out what that means someday.
Oh, by the way, I got a response back from my brother. I forgot to mention this earlier, but he said that he and Cord tried to see the king, were refused because the guards are corrupt in the capital. And he said that he got Cord out of jail legally. As legally as he could with the guards being the way they are. His exact words.
So then what happened with the ambassador?
They were chasing the wrong man, that's what he said. They thought that it was the man they were looking for, but it turned out to be the wrong man and an ambassador, apparently.
Interesting. Well,
What type of file is this?
Well, with that information, the only way to resolve this conflict is to bring Sir Cord back. Maybe if he could come back and explain everything to the elves, we could avoid another war.
Do you want me to send a message to him tomorrow?
Sure. Here, I'll just try and scry on Sir Cord right now. See if I can't find him.
Isn't it still the same day?
I
It
could
is.
always.
Oh, it is? Oh, I have to do that the next day then.
I could always dream the man if you need. If you got like a picture of him.
Is that all you need for Dream? A picture of them?
DM.
1 second.
You can look more at the wording.
Know the person.
Know the person.
Is it no or no of?
I'm pretty sure it says no.
Not me. I've got it right here. Just
A creature known to you as
Known
the
to
target
you.
of this. So it does not mean you need to
So,
actually know them. It just means they need to be known to you.
okay, yeah.
You need
So
to
I just
know
have to
of their
know-
existence.
Oh, okay. So then I could even do it right now. Okay. Never
Um,
mind.
What race was Sir Cord again? I don't have the sheet open right now.
Oh, he
Pretty
was
sure
an
Cord
elf,
was
wasn't
an
he?
elf.
I'm pretty sure he was an elf, which means he's immune.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah,
Keep
he's a wood
going,
elf.
But he
Yeah,
never
he's
goes
an elf.
to sleep. What the hell? Why doesn't this man sleep?
He's an elf. Okay.
You know what? I have sending as well. I just learned it today. I could give it a shot.
Don't you have to prepare it though?
That's true. Never mind.
You can do it tomorrow and tell him, hey, I want to scry on you.
Hey,
I,
buddy.
s-
Please, sir, may I scry on you?
I certainly know who I'm casting Dream on this evening.
My brother?
Decent idea. No.
Your son.
Another decent idea.
The Tinkerer.
Still no. No, that's an option.
Via.
Wait. DM.
Tinker asleep.
DM, what did you just say? Motherfucker, if you think I won't.
Or were you gonna say the Scraglord?
No, I just forgot his name. The one dude in the attic of my. The one son of a bitch that was mentioned and that got me onto this side quest to take out the thugs.
Oh, Raffi?
Raffi.
Yeah.
And by dream, I mean nightmare.
I see.
Just mentally
That could
destroy
kill
the
him.
man.
It could.
And hey, no evidence that it was someone else. He died in
Literally-
his sleep.
Literally
no
not.
blood.
He would just season his sleep.
Jesus Christ.
It's a
Literally
good thing
not.
Renea doesn't know that you actually cause damage with dream, that you can.
Oh yeah. If I choose to,
Alright.
I can go
So-
full John Nightmare and recreate good old Dead by Daylight.
Anything
It's
else you
fine.
guys wish to discuss at the dinner table?
Well, if we don't have any pressing business tomorrow, I'm planning on trying to go make some contacts at the local museums. Any advice, locals?
Look at me. The city.
What were you
This place
asking
is-
again?
Supposed to change the surprising mountains in 17 years.
Desho's gonna go try to getting good with the local museums.
I would know what. I know where that would be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll point that out.
Yeah, you're looking at the Dragon's Crest, which is the local museum found in the temple district of the city. Which let me just
How
go make that
fun.
thing visible for you guys.
Just slowly filling out the map.
Yep. Dragon's
Why was
Crest
I
is right here.
zoomed in?
Oh, let me go to stream version so stream can see it. Oh, it's not visible to players. I thought I made it visible. Oh, I just didn't. There we go. I clicked change token to, and I instead of hitting token like I thought I did, I hit hidden layer. So I changed it to the exact same thing.
Dragon's Crest.
Yeah, that's the Dragon's Crest Museum.
Okay. There it is. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's just you actually cross next to it getting here. So for some of
Oh,
you,
look at that.
Oh, fun.
Paul, have you ever heard anything called the Warden's Library? Pretty sure that's what it's called.
Presume? Have I?
roll
Warden's
me
Library.
a history.
Okay. 20.
Right now, roll me a nature.
Nature. Interesting.
Wow.
Nature's geography.
Oh,
24.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, you succeeded on both. So, to your knowledge, during your studies, that one of the more historical studies that you did not skip out on, like last time that we had a history check for you, you recall that there is indeed a temple far to the north on the northernmost peninsula of Kalbesh, known as the Temple of the Warden. This temple is dedicated to a deity that is not really commonplace within Kalbesh. They're not like a banned or evil deity or anything like that. In fact, that they are a deity of the Crusader, specifically a temple to Ayamade.
Why do I know that name?
It was Iggy.
yeah.
Oh.
That was
Iggy worshipped Ayamade.
Oh. Okay. Concern.
But it is
Oh.
said that within this temple, within its undercroft, there is a vast library of hidden knowledge.
Hidden knowledge, you said.
Many pilgrims and scholars, especially those of the Arca Nostra, travel to this place to gain insight.
So many side quests.
So what? Y'all want some motherfucking side quest?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going through some backlogs because I recently added a new document to my my quest log thingy. So I'm going through backlogs, but I'm trying to make basically an Excel sheet for your quest log so I can put it on your loot sheet.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And it's still in progress, but I have about 12 quests that are on this right now for your quests
Oh my God.
that you guys now have completed or failed. So
Have we failed any quests?
you
really?
failed one quest.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
What quest was that?
That was Uldric's Toll.
With the bandits?
You guys don't know you
Well,
failed it because the world's still moving while you guys are doing your stuff. But
well, you're not
yeah, it was failed.
supposed to.
Oh, you mean the nobles that no one remembered until now?
No. That one's still on the list.
Oh,
The missing noble given to you by Lily Strand is still on your quest log.
God, that's never gonna get done.
Yeah. A curious couple, the one with the where you got the gun from in the tavern when you guys were sleeping from Narika sneaking into that room. That one's still on the list. The
Why?
weeping goat with Terrence Featherwick. That's on the list.
Why out of the corner of my eye can I see just an exclamation mark with like 22 underneath it?
Yeah, there's I'm still going through all the backlog stuff. I'm trying to get them
What is
shifted to this sheet so I can put it to you guys. But yeah, you guys have quite the quest log still. And the only one that you failed though is Uldric's Toll because something happened.
Uldric died?
Oh,
I cannot answer that.
I mean, if that's a fail condition, I don't feel too bad. Dude was kind of a dick.
you'd have to, as they say, fuck around and find out.
It's called the scientific method in some cases.
Do you tell Renee what you know about the Warden's Library?
Oh, let me go make it visible on your map. There you go. And for purposes of the map, let's see, you guys are down here in Sonata. That is the Temple of the Warden.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That's far.
A
Yep.
bit of a trek north, just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
That's what, 20 days travel? Or more?
It's not a slow journey.
And
Or
if we
long,
get a cart,
quick, yeah, whatever.
we could be zooming through.
It's true.
And we've got roads and shit.
Not roads. Holy shit.
Hell
Do you
yeah.
share the knowledge with the party,
Yes.
Paul?
I'll give a general description about it.
That's what I figured up north. That's what my patron said. He said I could find out more information about him there when I asked. Frozen north by salt and spray. Or biting cold, touched by salt spray. Oh hey, that's like the only place in Calabash that actually does have the snow on the map.
Yes. Anyways, anything else you wish to discuss during the dinner's evening?
I don't have anything.
That covered all my topics.
All right. So, rest truly happens this time, as you guys have achieved your long rest. Long rest has been
sure, Mother.
achieved. Wow, it's new and different.
Hey, it's finally leveled up.
Yep. So, as we have switched it officially now from the 24th to the 25th, the ruins of Lendrin take hold. It is now a full ruin instead of being somewhat into the material.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Fancy.
Ada's cloak will be done on the morrow, and all that good stuff. But you guys have achieved many RP things this session. We're going to close off here, and we will have a conversation after the stream just to discuss some stuff. But yeah, hope you all had fun. I'm going to close it out right about now.